Hey guys, welcome to Indie Game Hustle. In this video for UModeler X, we're going to take a look at a modifier called the Mirror Modifier. All right, so the Mirror Modifier is very useful, obviously for mirroring things, but it has different applications. You can use it for mirroring your objects over to another side. You can use it for modeling characters, that sort of thing. So let's take a look at how that would work. All right, so we have an object here. To use any modifier, you would want to select the object and go over to the right side where it has this source mesh here. Below you have three different icons. You have the collapse modifier, the add modifier, and the remove modifier. The first one we're going to go ahead and click on is the plus. And in here, you have a list of different modifiers to choose from. Here, we're going to select the mirror modifier. All right, so the first thing that pops up is this red square here. And basically it also has an arrow here. So what we can do is select and pull this, and that's going to separate or so create like a distance between our mesh. Now, if you look here, we also have that same distance here. So you can type in a specific number needed. You can also flip it if you want to flip it on the other side if you need to do so. And I'm going to flip it back. Well, just like this. So another thing that you can do is switch it from different axes. So you can change the axis type if needed. Right. So the mirror modifier is exactly that. It mirrors your object from whatever side you need it on. And what's great is that now that you have this modifier stack, you can actually apply all your transformations to your object. It apply itself to the mirrored object. So what we can do is go click on the source mesh. And now we're on the source mesh. We're now granted our editing tool. Go ahead and select faces just like we normally would. And now if I were to do, for instance, a extrude, now we can see that change here. So now we can create whatever it is that we want to create. And that object is now here. So I just kind of made maybe a pillar or something of the sort. Now, what's cool is that when you go to the modifier, what's great about modifier stacks, of course, is that it's non-destructible. So you can still manipulate this as. And so, for instance, if I want to now go back into my source map and use this to do an object that does something like this, not that you would do it this way, it's an option nonetheless, right? And so you can create all types of things in the mirror modifier. It makes it pretty simple to do it. Just kind of like thinking about interesting ways that you could use it. But yeah, the mirror modifier is a great tool, and being part of the modifier stack is pretty awesome. All right. And so if you're in your modifier and you're done utilizing this, what you would want to do is select your modifier, the mirror at the top. And if you're done, you can collapse this. So that means once you collapse it, you can no longer utilize the changes and things like that. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and hit collapse. And now this mesh is one mesh. Now, if you can see, if this was an object that we were really making, what I may want to do now is take these vertices and kind of merge them, some interesting things like that. And so in this case, we just created a interesting object. This could be a pillar, this could be whatever you need it to be. And now you could continue to edit this just like you normally. Another amazing way that we can go about using this is actually building characters using it. So for instance, I have a popular character here. And what you can do is in order to bring in a like an image to start maybe modeling and using references for your work, you would want to bring in a PNG file. And then once you do that, you want to change the texture type to sprite. All right. And then once you do that, you could just take that and put it in your hierarchy. It becomes a image plane. And so now you can scale it as needed and you can use it. So the great thing about, again, the mirror modifier is that what you would do is now start modeling. So I'm gonna bring this down here. And once you start doing that, is you just apply the same perspective that you did before when you're modeling anything else for that matter. And so what we would do is go ahead and add that mirror to this. So I would just go mirror. And I was gonna just head into the front view because we know our character here is centered here. So we would just move this over so it's a complete mirror of it. And then we will just leave it just like that. We would go back into our source mesh and I would continue to model. So in this case, I'll just create or select some faces and start extruding. Awesome. All right. And then you can go ahead and start modeling the character out. Other than that, that's pretty much it for the mirror modifier. I'll see you guys in the next video.